Alright, on today's video, I finally got something in that I've been wanting to review for the last couple of years. Let's check it out. So this is the Springfield Echelon full size. So this is a gun that I've been wanting to review on the channel for quite a while now. When it first came out, I just didn't really have any interest in it. And then I ended up picking up the Echelon one day at a local gun store, and I'm like, man, this gun feels really good in my hand. And then I got to shoot a few rounds through it at a range day, and then I was like, I definitely need to review this gun on my channel. So my good buddy Brian and one of my channel members reached out to me and said, hey Chris, I just got an Echelon. Do you want to review it on the channel? And I was like, hell yes. Now I know there's already a ton of reviews out on the Echelon, but what I want to cover today is the Gear Up package, which comes with a lot of extra stuff for an insanely awesome price. All right, target on the left, we got all alphas. We got all our hits on steel. Next target, we've got all alpha, 1 Charlie. All right, our next target, we've got all alphas, but we do have 3 Charlies. We've got all our hits on steel. And our last target, we've got 4 alpha. So I want to take a quick break and give a big shout out to my friends over at Fat Tack. And if you are a big guy like me, Fat Tack's got you covered. They've got shirts, shorts, swim trunks, hats, you name it. And they even have awesome holsters that are specifically made for bigger guys. So if you want to help out the channel, head over to Fat Tack, pick up some Chris from the 740 merch, and while you're there, check out all the other cool stuff that they offer, and check out the influencer store, because not only is Fat Tack supporting me, they are supporting a lot of other awesome content creators. Now, I put a video out before this where we did a full unboxing on the Gear Up package. I showed you everything that comes in the box. I showed you how to remove the FCU out of the frame. We went over the optic mounting system and all the different optics that will fit on the Echelon. So if you want to check that video out, that is a members only video, and if you want to become a channel member, it's only $1.99 a month. You will get early access to all my videos and a lot of other fun stuff. All right, our target on the left, we've got all alphas. Got one down here, just barely made it. We've got all our hits on steel. All right, our next target, we've got all alphas and 1 Charlie, right against the perf. And our next target, we've got all alphas, but we do have 2 Charlie. Got all our hits on steel. And our last target, we've got all alphas. All right, so what is the Gear Up package from Springfield? Well, when you get the Gear Up package, it's going to come in this big white box. Inside that box is this box, and this is the box that will have your gun in it and a bunch of other accessories. And you will also get this really nice pistol case. Now the inside of the case is a nice soft padded case, and the best part is what's inside this case. The Gear Up package not only comes with one 17 round mag, it comes with 3 17 round mags. But wait, there's more. You also get 2 20 round mags. And if you want to convert one of your 17 round mags to another 20 round mag, it also comes with an extra base pad. You will also get a mag loader and 2 extra back straps. And when you open up the box that the pistol's in, it also comes with another soft case just for the pistol. And depending on what Gear Up package you get, if you get the Optics Ready Gear Up package, you will get this Crimson Trace red dot. But this dot sucks, and I don't recommend that you use it. And that is why I put the Gideon Optics Storm on this Echelon for the review. Alright, let's start talking about the shooting experience with the Echelon and how good this gun feels in my hand. Now obviously this is the full-size model with the 4.5 inch barrel. But as you can see, I've got 2 XL size hands, and I'm not having any issues getting a full purchase on this frame, even without a mag in it. Now the grip texture on this, I really like it. It's not overly aggressive. I think it's just about perfect. And when it comes to the texture on this, they pretty much put it everywhere it needs to be. We've got texturing up here, which a lot of guns don't have that. They'll leave this area smooth. They actually put the same texture on the magazine release on both sides. Even the takedown lever has the same texturing on it. And your memory pad or thumb rest on this is just awesome. They put the same texturing there, but they also recessed it in. So you've got a really nice spot to put your thumb. And if you look at the trigger guard, we've got the same texturing here in the front and on the bottom. And I guess just for the aesthetics, they even put the same texture on the guide rod. Now the gun feels very well balanced. It weighs in at 23.9 ounces. Now in the video, I was running this with the Streamlight TLR1 HL, and that's just because I like having lights on all my pistols. And 2, I was using my light-bearing Works holster. And with the Streamlight on here, I didn't feel that the gun was snappy at all, and the recoil impulse on it felt really good. Now the next thing I want to talk about is some of my favorite features on this gun. And we're going to kind of start at the top. I love the slide design on this. They have put some really nice, deep, usable serrations on the slide. I like how it makes it look like everything kind of tapers to the front because of the way they cut the angle here on each side of the slide. It's just a damn good looking gun. The next thing is the optic mounting system on this. They just did an amazing job with it. The fact you do not have to use plates, and I think on the website it says it's compatible with like 30 different kinds of optics, which is unreal. Now we have the Gideon Storm on here right now, which is a Delta Point Pro footprint, but you can put RMR footprint dots on this, RMSC dots. It comes with all the pins that you need. Just a phenomenal optic mounting system. The other really nice thing about this is how deep they cut the slide for the optic. The optic sits nice and low in the slide, and honestly, I don't even know if these are suppressor height sights. We'll talk about the sights here in a second. But this optic sits so low into the slide that I'm not having any issues co-witnessing with the iron sights. My next favorite thing about this gun, especially being a left-handed shooter, is the fact that this gun is fully ambi. It does have an ambi slide stop, slide lock, slide release on it. The magazine release is fully ambi. And the other super cool thing about the mag release, you do not have to switch it around for a left-hand or right-hander. You can release the mag with your thumb or with your trigger finger. Now we'll talk about the sights a little bit. The sights Not sure if I like them or not. I know a lot of people complain about them, and I can kind of see why. Now, as far as the front sight goes, I love the front sight on this. It does have a tritium insert night sight in the front, but what's kind of weird on this is the fact of that U-notch white rear sight. Kind of weird, kind of hard to get used to. Running it with an optic, it didn't bother me much, but if I would have took this out to just shoot it with the iron sights, I don't know if I would have liked this or not. But the cool thing is, it is a Springfield, and there is a ton of aftermarket support when it comes to aftermarket sights. I really like the trigger guard on this, and they put a really nice undercut here. And it is a pretty good sized trigger guard, so you should have no issues running this gun with a pair of gloves on. Alright, the next thing we got to talk about is the trigger, because everybody wants to know about the trigger and what I think about the trigger. I will say this, it's not a great trigger, but it's not a bad trigger. And I'm normally not a very big fan of triggers in a removable FCU. I think the trigger in the SIG P320 is absolutely horrendous. You've heard me bitch and complain on the channel many times about the trigger in the Beretta APX. The Ruger RXM, not too bad. But when it comes to the Echelon, I do have to say that I think this is probably the best trigger that I've shot when it comes to the removable FCU. So let's show you the trigger. Now this gun is clear, there's no mag, nothing in the chamber. So you've got some take up right there. It's a very smooth take up, and this does have the trigger blade safety. Nice smooth take up, and you get a nice clean break. You're not rolling through the wall or anything like that. As soon as you hit the wall, it breaks. But what's pretty impressive on this is the reset. Very short, very tactile and audible. So it's not a bad trigger. Is it a Canic trigger? A Walther trigger? No. But it's a pretty damn good trigger, especially for a removable FCU. Now I've got my Wheeler trigger pull scale. So let's get a trigger pull on this. I already know what it is because we did multiple trigger pulls on it in the unboxing video. It broke right above 4 3/4 pounds. So the trigger pulls actually dropped a little bit on it. It was pulling anywhere from 5 to 5.5 pounds in the unboxing video. Now that we got a few hundred rounds on it, it's settling in nice, and we're getting just above 4 3/4 pounds on the pull. Now, if you're wondering about some more of the specs on this gun that we haven't talked about, this has a height of 5.5 inches. It's got an overall length of 8 inches. I already told you what the weight was. And it is 1.2 inches wide. So let's start going over the pros and cons of the Echelon. I've already told you a bunch of pros about this gun. Let's talk about some of the pros we haven't talked about yet. Reliability-wise, like I said, we put 300 rounds on it today, and we ran a lot of different types of ammo through this. We ran 115 grain Remington UMC, 115 grain CCI Blazer, 124 grain CCI Blazer. We even ran some crappy Freedom munitions through it, and we ran my reloads through it. This gun absolutely ate everything. We had no stovepipes, failure to feeds, anything like that. I did oil this gun before I took it out, but I didn't do any kind of deep cleaning on it or anything like that. I just put a little bit of oil on the rails and on the barrel and took it to the range. Now, as far as defense ammo goes, you guys know that I make my own defense rounds and carry my own ammo. And that ammo is some pretty nasty stuff. And because this is not my firearm, I did not want to run my defense round reloads through it just because I didn't want anything to happen to it. So I cannot speak for the reliability when it comes to hollow points and carry ammo. Now, my Steel Valley casting reloads, they are a flat point. Had no issues with those, so I highly doubt you're going to have any issues with any kind of hollow point ammunition. The other pro about buying an Echelon now, a couple years later after it's come out, there's a lot of aftermarket support out there for this gun now. And when I say that, I mean grip modules. Icarus Precision has grip modules out for this. I do believe a company called Mischief Machine does. I'm sure there's some other ones, but the gun's been out for a long time now. The aftermarket support is there. The holster support is there. It's a pretty popular firearm. So I definitely think this gun is still relevant a couple years later. Now they have a lot of different styles of this gun now. They have a compact version. They have a comped version. I don't think the Echelon is going anywhere anytime soon. So the next question is, do I have any cons with this gun? And really the only con I have is I wished it had just a little bit more of a flared magwell on the frame. But other than that, not really. I mean, it's reliable. It feels damn good in your hand. It's fully ambi. It's just a great gun, and I kind of feel stupid for sleeping on this one and taking almost 2 years to do a review on an Echelon on this channel. So all in all, I highly recommend this gun. Now I want to go back to the Gear Up package because that's what this video is about. And one of the biggest reasons I wanted to do this video was here lately I've been seeing these Gear Up packages on a lot of different websites. Sometimes you can get a really insane deal on this. So like I said, we're talking about a gun that comes with a pistol case, 5 magazines, probably one of the best optic mounting systems out of any firearm. And these come in at under 600 beans sometimes. So you're getting a lot of value with this Echelon. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.